shots. A little shot. Okay, I know I said I was going to jump on here at 7 for the Zoom, but I thought it would be best if I did a recording for those that couldn't attend the Zoom. I post this as a live video in the group, and if you have any questions, then you can pose them to the group or watch the video back or whatever. I'm not a techie, so I don't even know how to record the Zoom that's about to happen at 7 o'clock. Sorry. Get over it. But here is the synopsis of what the conversation will be about. I also do not have a Zoom subscription, so it's only going to be a 45-minute hour discussion, if that long. Again, this is simply from the perspective of a beginner, a stock trading beginner. I signed up with Robinhood last year, March of 2019. I just did it, just signed up. Never even invested $1 back then, and it's been on my phone. The app has been on my phone for over a year. March would be a year that it was just sitting on my phone. So during this whole quarantine pandemic that we've been going through, at the start of it, I was really sick, and got better or whatever, and then came out of it, and I was like, I want to do something different. The corporate world is really, I think I might be a little over it. It's not for me. And I need to look at other streams of income, start really focusing and walking in my gift of being an entrepreneur, because that's in me. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. So when researching like other streams of income, I came across these gentlemen that offered to mentor me and help me in the stock game, if I was willing to listen and if I was serious about it, right? Because oftentimes you hear about things and people making money and but you look at all the steps and all they went through, and you don't really have the the energy to even invest at the time. But during quarantine, I found the energy. I didn't have anything else to do but devote my time to this, sitting in the house all day, and why not make money while I'm asleep, right? So with that being said, I started taking it serious. So in March, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. The economy is down. All the stocks are down. They're beginning to inflate a little bit now, but they were down. When I say down, I think I bought Spirit at $9, right? What's Spirit? $20 right now. So I started in March, and I started with $70. $70 and some cents, like $70.60. And I was like, I'll buy a couple of these. Just dollar stocks, $2 stocks. I bought Spirit that week, and then I didn't have any results, right? I was making maybe $1, $3 profit or what. So okay, and then the next week I said, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more money, and I'm gonna go with my gut, right? That's a point that I need y'all to hold on to. I said I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm going to see what interests me. I'm a chick, but I'm not a shopping chick, so I don't shop a lot. I'm not materialistic. Like, I'm cool with this on a t-shirt and some jeans, right? So I don't spend a lot of money on shopping per se. My money just sits, you know what I mean? But it's not making me any money while it's sitting there. It's really not. Or I give it to my kids when they, whatever, emergency comes up, whatever. So I'm just saving, but it's saving. If I got 5,000 saved, it's 5,000 saved. You know what I mean? It's not making any money. So I started just buying. Week after week, I would just buy a little here, a little there, and then I would start to see that my balance would would increase. So I would wake up the next day and maybe my balance would be doubled. So where I was at $70, now I'm at 146, right? Or I would start to see it triple, where I'm at 146. Okay, now I'm at 340. You know what I mean? And I would go back and see what was causing that profit, like what stocks were feeding into that, right? And I'm like, okay, if they making me money by just me buying 4 of those, wonder if I bought 4 more of those, right? And I started to do that. So my money, my quarantine money, that I had coming in, or the play money that I would play with or travel with, I used it to buy stocks. I used some of my trip money, travel money, buy stocks. I'm not buying shit else, so why not, right? So I say all that to say, first, you need to ask yourself, and I got some notes, so excuse me. I'm gonna read off my notes. That's just a little history of why I got started, how I got started. All right. Excuse me. I have some notes for a little guideline. So, like I was saying, why I chose to invest, I wanted a stream of income, passive income. A lot of you know I'm an It Works girl, right? And it was nothing more intriguing to me or more rewarding to me than to make money while I'm asleep, to wake up and see that 2 or 3 people have placed an order while I was asleep, and I'm getting a percentage of that. That's exciting to me, right? Just knowing that while people watching my lifestyle, you know, and what I do and the little drinks I'm drinking, or when I was taking, doing keto, that was inspiring somebody else to do it, and that was driving me to make income, right? So I started investment because I wanted another stream of passive income, and then it became addictive. I have that OCD personality anyway, so once I find something I like, I am totally driven and addicted to it. It's like all I can think about, right? Right after this Zoom, what I plan to do is my stock homework. It's fun to me. I'm a numbers girl. So it's fun, it's addictive. And once you see your money double, triple, even if you lose some money in the stock game, another point that I have is, and what I'm learning is not to panic, but to be patient, because we're in that time right now where stocks are volatile and it's going to be up and down, right? So you have to measure what's your gauge of, I don't want to say fear, but what are you comfortable with losing? You know, knowing that at least 80% of that you'll get back, maybe. For instance, my example is last week. It was a horrible week in the stock market, right? I had made upwards of almost $9,000. And then last week came and everything basically was shot to shit, right? I'm in a group and they were like, we got to sell this, sell that. And I wasn't selling anything because in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to ride this out. I'm not desperate for money at this time in my life. I'm comfortable, so I can afford to just ride it out. A lot of people were selling spirit, taking a profit, scared, doing, you know, and that's perfectly fine for them, or you have to find your own comfort zone. But I didn't do any of that. I sold one stock and I made profit. I made like $900 off of it and I reinvested it. But I didn't sell spirit. I didn't sell any of that. I said, I'm going to chill and I'm going to wait because it's going to come back up, right? It's just how long can you chill, right, without panicking, if that makes sense. So my next point is, it does require patience. It requires perseverance. And this is all in my 3-month time. Again, I'm a newbie in this game. You know, my mentors have been in the game for 23, upwards of 30 years doing this, right? So I'm a baby to them. But the success I've had with the stock market is intriguing to them because I got an eye and a gut for picking out things, and I go with my spirit. So we're going to talk about that and finding the sector of stocks that is passionate that you're passionate about. Okay. So that's why I invested. Also, financial independence. Yes, I mean, I'm a wife, I'm married, I'm taken care of, all that good stuff, but it's nothing like a woman having her own money, her own account, her own, right? Regardless. His is extra. You know what I mean? Having your own is nothing, isn't just nothing like that as a woman. Okay, so that was another reason why I'm seeking and investing and learning and growing, because my goal is to be a millionaire. I don't want to be a thousandaire no more. Okay. All right. When you get into stocks, the things that you should be thinking about, the things that I'm thinking about, again, I'm a newbie. This is 101. It's probably 100, not even 101. Things you want to think about is mastering your research techniques and finding your rhythm. So my rhythm is fitting stocks in every morning. Like with my coffee, I like to look up the stock market and see, or the night before too, but the morning before the bell rings at 9:30 pre-market, I like to see what's going on. How much money did I make in pre-market during my sleep? And pre-market is the market is still running after it closes at 4:30. So you can have an influx or you can lose money during that time. And I just like to go back and gauge, am I winning or losing? Do I need to move any money around? What do I need to do? Do I need to buy more of something? Do I need to keep my eye on this one? That sort of thing. Okay, so you need to master your research techniques and find your own rhythm. If you find yourself interested in a company that you don't really know about, Google it. Like, Google is the best thing in the world, right? Because the answer is out there. If it's a company that you're interested in that you don't know anything about, I'm trying to think one off the top of my head. I think it was a mortgage capital company that I wanted to invest in, that I'm invested in right now. And I didn't know anything about it. And my mentor was like, well, where you want to start is you want to Google that company. You want to check their investor relations page, or some of y'all probably know this. I'm new. I'm a baby in the shit, so I don't know. Check their investor relations page, see how much money they're making, how much they're losing, how much cash, how much debt. Is all there on their financial records, right? And you kind of gauge, okay, is this something I want to be a part of? Is this a company that is winning, has potential to win, or is this a company on a decline and it's shot to shit and you're gonna lose money? You got to gauge that and go with your gut. You got to set a goal. What's your daily, weekly, monthly profit goal? I haven't really set a profit goal. I've been so excited just to see my money work for me that's my next step, is to say, okay, on a daily basis, I like to make this. If you watch my Facebook story, I talk about, okay, today I got a 10% goal. I want to increase my balance by 10%, right? I shattered that goal, okay? My goal today is 15%. Let's see if I make it. Sometimes I get close, sometimes I shatter it. Okay, let's go up. Today so I'm a day by day, just because of my competitive nature. That's what I choose to do. But you could do it daily, weekly, monthly, but set a goal. What are you shooting for, right? You want this, you want to make it fun. And I'm a sports chick by numbers and competition. That's just me. It's just in me like that. So I compete with myself, kind of like, okay, let's see if you picked the right stock this week. This stock, you went with your gut, right? But what did they do for you? Were you on the right track, right? So that's another thing you want to think about. Setting a goal. What's your daily, weekly, monthly profit goal? Okay. Some things that I'm currently working on is building up my investor confidence, not being scary, and truly trusting my gut, right? I'm spiritual, so I'm led by my spirit, and I'm like praying all the time, like, Lord, lead me and guide me in the way that I should go, right? And just, I want to have that the gift of discernment that I have, let that work for me when it comes to my money, right? So just really trusting your gut and believing in yourself. I mean, it's all a risk. Oh, excuse me. It's all a risk. How much can you afford to risk, right? I don't know if I got any gamblers out there, but I have a gambling spirit, right? So I will gamble with it a little more. Like I was saying about Spirit, where Spirit, I bought it at $9. It went upwards of $23, and then it crashed back down to I think like $14. And people were like, "Oh, I'm selling either all of this, or I'm selling some of it, and then I'll buy it back when it, later on or whatever." I remained firm. I remained firm. I mean, I have so many shares in Spirit that I just felt like it'll go back up. Like if I feel like I'm about to start flying again, and I'm the scariest of scariest when it comes to this corona shit, then I feel like other people are starting to fly again. And then that company is going to start to boom again. So that translates to your stock will increase again, right? So if I'm feeling like I got a flight or two in me coming about out of this quarantine, I'm sure others are feeling that way, and it's going to start to boom again. So I remain firm. I'm not selling Spirit. I'm staying right there. Y'all call it soul plane. Some people can't stand Spirit. That's what I fly on. That's my budget. Unless my husband paying for the flight, I'm flying Spirit. Okay, that's the way I afford to fly. That's in my budget. That's how I'm able to travel whenever the hell I want to travel. So if I have faith in them carrying me across the land, then I got faith in that company to make me some money. So that's the mind frame you want to be on. If you can afford to buy a pair of Nikes, then you should have enough faith to be able to invest in that company, right? A pair of Nike shoes is $100. And a stock is $100. What's gonna make you money? You're gonna wear those gym shoes, they're gonna get dirty, you're gonna throw them in the back of your closet, right? Or do you buy a few stocks in Nike and sit on it for the amount of time you would have been wearing those raggedy ass shoes and make some money? Those shoes not gonna make you no money in the closet. So that's the mind frame you want to move into. That's the mind frame I am. Again, these are all suggestions. Do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you the way this is shifting my mind set. I'm starting to look at things different when it comes to just everyday things. Like every product almost I look at around the house, I'm like, damn, I wonder how much money do they make? Like, are they a good investment? You're going to start to see your wheels turning, and you buy 5 shares of their stock and see what happened, right? Some might jump off. I done had plenty of them jump off for me. If I went from $70 to almost 8 G's in 3 months, some shit done jumped off of me, right? Again, my mentors are telling me like this is not the norm because we are in a recession period, so everything is tanked. So this is the time to buy because it's gonna skyrocket when shit get to booming again, right? It's gonna start to skyrocket again, and you're gonna make money. This is the time right now to buy the stocks. Back in 2008, they were telling me they wish they would have bought some stocks or certain stocks back in 2008. They would be like, in the tens of millions of dollars right now, right? So capitalize, seize the moment right now. If you don't get any other message from me, start right now, right? If I could do this shit, y'all could do this shit. It's some broads in here way smarter than me. All you gotta do is just do it, okay? When I'm talking about things I'm currently working on, I said building up investor confidence, and that's just taking a leap and saying, you know what, let me see what this company will do. Let me throw some money at this and see what happens, right? And the more you start to see it working for you and you get your rhythm, and also you find out what sector you're passionate about. And when I say sectors, is it cannabis? Is it energy? Is it water? Is it food? What category? Where do you really shop and spend your money, or what intrigues you? For me, it's energy, right? I don't know what it is about energy companies and oil and petroleum, but that's where I believe 70%, 67% of my money is invested in that sector, because I just feel like gas was dirt cheap. Like, it's a no-brainer for me to invest in petroleum, because the shit gonna go back up to $3-4, and I'm gonna be bitching again about filling my SUV up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a no-brainer to me. Why wouldn't I spend $1.15 a share on this when I know 52 weeks ago was $300 a share? The chances are even if it don't go back up to $300 a share, it might go up half of that, $150 a share, right? Times the 100 shares that I have, you do the math, like that's a no-brainer. So just start thinking future. Where were we before this bullshit happened? What was expensive? What was the things that you was like a luxury item, right? Think about luxury items and things people were complaining that were expensive. That's the shit you want to buy. Now that I say it, that makes sense in my head better. That's the stuff you want to buy. The luxury things. Because 9 times out of 10, they're at a reduced price right now in the stock market, but they'll go back up when shit get to rolling and people start spending money again and getting back to some kind of, we'll never get back to that normal, but the new normalcy of spending money, that shit'll go back up, okay? Another point I got is picking the most profitable companies. Again, doing your research, Google the company, see how much money they're making, what's going on. A company that I got my eye on that I believe is coming to the stock market is Quicken Loans, right? They're going public, so they're going to do public offerings next month. I got my eye on them because people will start buying houses again. Quicken Loans is an amazing company. Even, I mean, for their employees, I had some experience over there training some employees, and they, I mean, just an amazing company. They're gonna make money, right? And they're offering their stock, I think it's next month. So if you plan on buying stocks, keep your eye open for that. At least grab a few shares, and just look for, keep your eye open. You'll start to hear buzzwords and you're like, oh, okay, that's stock related, or that is, it's like the information comes to me now. I hear different, you know what I mean? I hear it different. Make sure you watch YouTubes and webinars as much as possible in your free time. Cut the TV off or whatever you do, and turn on YouTube and search stock, and take notes. I got a whole book full of, this is my stock book right here, just full of notes and things that I'm learning, things that people say don't work for them, and it might work for me. Every investor is going to be different. Of course, you're going to have some parallels in there somewhere because we're all talking about money and making money. But again, my risk level is going to be different from your risk level. My budget is different from your budget. I probably can't afford to buy 20 stocks of Nike, and you can afford that, right? Or vice versa. So it's all different levels of investing, and you got to learn your level, your comfort zone. Shop often. So I say shop often because like I told you, I got this OCD spirit where I'm just addicted to it. I'm addicted to it. As far as finding companies, where can I put my money at? I don't know, say I've got an extra $500, right? I had to cancel a trip, so that money came back to me. Okay, I'm gonna take this money and let me see where I can invest my money in. I shop often. I write a list, and I also do a watch list on Robinhood, where I save those companies so they're on my list. So when I do go to shop, they're already there. They're already there, and there was a reason that I chose to put that on my shop list. So I just pick up a few shares here and there. One share is better than no share, excuse me. One share is better than no share. A profit is a profit, right? So I buy a share, I make $70 off of it. That's $70 more than what I had. It's not a lot, but you could take that 70 and invest it in another company. Or now I got 70 extra dollars, I'm gonna go buy me another Nike share, right? Or the one that's expensive, maybe I didn't have enough to get it this week, but I'm gonna take my profits that I made off of these, and I'm gonna go buy the more expensive ones and let your money keep working. Do cleanup, make sure you're keeping lists tabs of the stocks that you do have, and you going through them and monitoring what's working, what's making you money, what's not making you money. I don't really have a stock that I would say is absolutely not making me any money that I want to sell. I'm in this for a longer term, 5-year thing. I'm thinking 5 years. So I don't have one that I would say is garbage per se. If I want to say one, it probably would be like Hertz, because they going bankrupt, right? So maybe I'll sell that and then I'll reinvest that in something else. But you want to do cleanup and you want to monitor. It's your money you're talking about. So you just don't want to let it sit there. You want to watch your money like a hawk, right? And we women, we watch our money like a hawk. I know every dime in my accounts, right? So stocks is no different. That's your money. Watch it, take care of it, clean it up, and get your rhythm. Whether you're doing it daily, you're obsessive like me, or weekly. You don't want to do monthly because you want to stay on top of it, because the stock market is crazy. So you can't let it ride too long without paying attention to it, okay? I'm out here looking crazy, but God is good, okay? I talked about reconsidering frivolous purchases. Like, do I need these? Again, I'm not a big girl shopper like that. I'm good t-shirt and jeans, whatever, right? Unless I'm going somewhere, then I'll buy something. But like, do I need these $100 shoes? Or would it benefit me more to buy $100 worth of stocks, or $100 stock, and let my money sit there in the closet like those shoes would and make me money, right? So start to think differently as far as your money. Someone told me, they said, if your money is not making you money, you broke. If your money, and that's what basically what was happening to me, right? I had spent all this time working on my credit, trying to get my life right with the Lord, saving money, but my savings were just in the bank. They were just saving. I mean, the pennies of interest I was getting is just whack, right? So if your money is not making you money, you are broke. You don't want to be a broke broad. So invest, and while you sleep, and let your money make you money, okay? I think that's all my notes for that section. Give me 1 second, y'all. I talked about going with your gut. You know how you say go with your first mind? If something just look appealing to you, a stock, sometimes a stock will just look sexy to me, and I'll be like, ooh, if I just buy 5 of these, I wonder what'll happen, right? Go with it. Try it. See. You won't find your niche in your sector of stocks until you just throw yourself out there and see what works for you. Like I said, energy is my thing. I love energy stocks. I love petroleum stocks. I love drilling. I love like trucking companies. I love all that boy shit. Like, I love all that boy shit, because the boys, they know where the money at. So I like all that kind of stuff. Again, watch often. Get your routine. Include it in your morning routine or your night routine, or both, right? Because you wanna watch when it opens. You want to look throughout the day. You probably won't be as obsessive as me, because I'm probably gonna get locked out of Robinhood. I'll be in there so much. But you want to watch through the day and see what your money doing, and then you want to watch at night and see what was the outcome of all that, and what preparation do you need to do for the next day or the next 2 days, or like, I'm gonna do my homework this weekend, and it will not only be for Monday, it'll be for the week. Like, I want to see. Last week was fucking horrible. It was horrible. When I say horrible, okay, horrible to me, like, if I lose a G of my 8,000, I'm like, hold up, you know what I mean? So let's look and see what we need to do, or maybe we don't need to do anything, and the stock market is just tripping, and you can afford to sit there, right? So I'm just gonna sit there. Stock market was horrible last week, but on Friday I made half my money back, so I'm like, okay, all right, I could breathe, you know what I mean? But again, that's building up your investor courage, your investor confidence. It's teaching you perseverance. It's teaching you not to panic, all that kind of shit, okay? Sorting Robinhood. So sorting Robinhood is simply just going through the browse tab. There's a tab at the bottom of search engine, and you can look for the different sectors or categories of stocks, and you can just go through each category and just see what's appealing to you. What can you afford to buy? One thing that's worked for me, and this might be risky, so if you ask somebody way more experienced than me and they say she tripping, then I might be tripping. I'm a little crazy. But what has worked for me in these past months is looking at the 52-week high. So I'll look and see, okay, wait, y'all $13 a share right now. But 52 weeks ago, y'all was $473 a share. What happened? Right? Was it just the quarantine? What happened? So then you start to research the company. You find out that it's expected that they'll go back up. It's, whatever it is. But I always look at that 52-week high and I say, chances are they might get back to that high. Like I got a stock right now where I got 1,000 shares. And it's like it was like 20 cents, right? But I bought 1,000 shares of that, right? But their 52-week high is like $25. So even if they get to half of that 25 and I got 1,000 shares of that, I'm straight. Look at the profit I've made off of this stock, right? So, I mean, just do the math. I'm currently invested in 111 companies. My goal is to reduce it to about 50. I just want to really, again, I'm a newbie in this shit. I really want to solidify my foundation. So I want to get down to about 50 stocks and have a real solid ass foundation where if the storm comes, I'm not really shaken up by it. You know what I mean? So just have some really 50 solid ass companies or corporations where if something happens, because it will happen, right? Rainy days come and go, that I'm not as shaken and disturbed by it, right? So that's my goal. Like I said, I got 111 companies. I'll be out there shopping, man, just shopping. What else? Lessons I've learned is the market is definitely volatile. Especially right now, people unsure. Life is unsure. We don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So you just have to be prepared to bob and weave with it. How much money you want to invest? Maybe you'll start off like I did first month, $70, right? I'm gonna see what's going on. You might be blessed with a company that really comes through. But just understand that that's the stock market, up and down. So do your research as much as possible. Be patient. Don't panic. Don't forget what your goals were and why you started out. And that's my story. That is the tips I have. I'm going to provide a few screenshots of Robinhood, of the sections I talked about as far as browsing and shopping. I will put a few suggested stocks out there, the ones that I'm looking at while doing my homework. I will, yeah, that's what I'm committing to. If you have any questions, please feel free to post those questions in the forum. If I don't know the answer, I'll try and find that for you, or do your own research. That's the biggest thing. This is your money, not mine, so research as much as possible. You might be able to come back and teach me some things. No, you will be able to come back and teach me some things, but do your own research and love you too. And investigate and watch out for your money. Okay? That is all I have to say on this live. The Zoom is about to start, so I'm going to prepare for that Zoom. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a blessed one.